start with our deep breaths in as we bring our arms up. We'll do 5 here. So I'm going to inhale as I bring my arms up, pause once I get to the top, and exhale as I'm coming down. Ready? That's 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. Next, we're going to do gentle range of motion at the neck. We're going to alternate first with looking up towards the ceiling and down towards the ground. We'll do 10 total repetitions here. So looking up is 1, and then down 2, 3,
You're unmuted.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And next we're going to look side to side. So we'll start from a neutral position, looking over just the right shoulder to begin. We'll do 5 in that direction, and then we're going to switch to the left side. So again, sitting up nice and tall, turning your head towards that right shoulder, pausing, and then back to that neutral position. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then switching opposite side. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Next, we're going to do our shoulder shrugs with circles backwards, and then we'll do 5 backwards and then switch to forwards. So I'm shrugging up, down, pinching my shoulder blades together. We'll do 5 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and then going in that forward direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. Opening up at the chest and the shoulders, we're going to start with our arms up at a 90-90 angle here. And I'm going to start with my palms facing towards each other. And I'm going to pull back, and I should feel that stretch in the front of my chest. And we'll do 10 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Next, we're going to do some power ups. So again, sitting up nice and tall, with about shoulder width opening in our legs. We're going to bring our hands down to our thighs as we lower our trunk down, pushing up big, fast, and opening up at the chest. And we'll do 5 here. So coming down and power up. That's 1. Down and up. That's 2. Down and up. That's 3. Down and up. That's 4. And last one. 5. Good. Next, we're going to do our posterior pelvic rotations. This is the one where we're tucking our tailbone under, holding for a second or two, and then sitting back up into that tall posture. So from the side, I'm almost like I'm slumping my posture and then sitting up again nice and tall. You should feel this in those stomach muscles. And we'll do 5 here. Going back, and 1, and back, and 2, and back, and 3, and back, 4, and back, 5. Next, we're going to do our forward leans with our rows. So I'm going to bend forward, reaching out. My hands are nice and wide. And then as I come back, I'm making a fist, squeezing in between my shoulder blades. And we'll do 5 here. Coming forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. Next, we're going to do our power rock in that seated position. So when I'm doing this one, I'm going to alternate from side to side. I'm going to do 10 total. I'll start with my weight onto one side. So my arm's coming down to my thigh. That's going to make the other side of my body nice and light. So I can kick out that opposite side leg and reach up towards the ceiling. And let's alternate till we get to 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Next, opening up at the hips, we're going to take a big step out and then step nice and big back in. We'll do 5 on that right side and then we'll switch and do 5 on the left. So stepping out to the side, stomping that foot down, bringing it back in. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and switching to the opposite side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. Next, we're going to do, in our seats, we're going to come up onto our toes and then back down and then up onto our heels. Let me see if you guys can see this here. Just alternating between our heel raises and our toe raises. So for this one, I'm coming up. My heels are coming off the ground and then switching. So now my toes are coming off the ground. Good. And we'll alternate until we get to 10 with this. Coming 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right. And then the last one we'll do are some seated marches. So opposite arm, opposite leg are coming up, and we're going to alternate till we get to 10. So coming up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right. All right. So for this morning, we have 2 circuits. They're each going to be composed of 3 exercises. We'll spend a minute in each exercise, 30 seconds to rotate through. And as I said, we'll repeat through them twice. So the first one's going to be in a standing position. We're going to do a squat to heel raise. Then moving to the seated position, we're gonna do kicking our legs with punching, and we can do this with our hand weights if you'd like. And then getting down onto the ground, we'll do some bridges. All right. Moving, so we'll go through and show you what those look like. So I'm gonna pan down on my feet first. And you can use holding on to a chair to help with the balance component. But I'm just gonna do my squat. So when I'm squatting, almost like sitting down into a chair, pushing my hips back. As I come up, I'm gonna come up onto my toes. So, you see my feet there. So I'm squatting down and then coming up onto my toes. All right. And then moving to the chair. And this one we've done before, some pattern work. So holding my weights, I'm gonna kick out, punch, kick out, punch. So we'll alternate through those. And then coming down onto the ground. We'll do some bridges. So with this one here, laying onto my back and pushing up to lift my buttocks up from the ground and then slowly back down. So this one's a good exercise, not only to strengthen your hips, but also to improve your ability to move around into the bed. All right. And for those of you that don't want to do the bridges, we can do some tricep dips in the chair. So here, you're just gonna come a little bit forward into the chair, lower your body and push up. Okay. All right. Okay, so we're starting with that first one, our squats to heel raise. Let me get some music started for us too. All right. And as I said, if you need to, you can hold on to that chair for added support as we do our squats to heel raises. All right, we'll take off in about 10 seconds. And ready? And starting. So squatting down, coming up onto our toes. Good, about halfway there. Last 10 seconds. All right. Transitioning to the chair. About 10 more seconds, we'll take off. Good. So punching forward. Working on that cross body coordination. And if we try to sit up real tall so that we're having to engage all those muscles in our back, our postural muscles, and our abdominal muscles. More than halfway there. Good, down to our last 10 seconds. Good. So either going down to the ground or we can do our tricep extensions here in the chair. So gently bending and bringing my body up, bending my elbows. We have about 10 seconds to take off. Good, starting. So coming up, squeezing the buttocks at the top, and then slowly lowering yourself back down. So not letting yourself just fall down back to the mat. Gravity is going to bring you back down, but if the movement's nice, slow, and controlled, that means your muscles are doing the work. About halfway there. Down to our last 10 seconds. And switch in. Good. So we'll do that one more round. Everything stays the same for the second round. So getting ready, we'll start again with those squats with our heel raises. So not only functionally strengthening our legs, but challenging our balance with those heel raises. And again, if we need to, we can hold on to the chair. It's like everybody's just about ready. And we'll start. Up onto our toes. Halfway there. Good, last 10 seconds. All right. Switching down into our chairs. About 10 seconds, we take off. Again, sitting up nice and tall. And starting. So that opposite arm, opposite leg are moving. More than halfway there. Good, down to our last 10 seconds. All right. We're going down to the ground. All right, starting. Halfway there. And last 10 seconds. Made it. All right, go ahead and get a drink of water, and we'll go over in a moment what the second circuit's going to look like. It looks like everybody's just about coming back. So for the second round of exercises, we're going to start first in that standing position. We're going to alternate in between forward lunges, side lunges, and reverse lunges. We'll start just on one side for the first round, and then for the second round, you'll switch to your opposite side. We're going to move into the seated positions, kind of similar movement. We're going to do it now overhead press, and the opposite arm, or I'm sorry, opposite leg is going to march. So we'll do our marches with our opposite arm over press. And then the last one, moving down to the floor, we're going to do a half kneeling rainbows with our weights, and we'll go over what all those look like. So first, in that standing position, again, you can use your chair to help stabilize. We'll start on one side. So if I'm doing my right side, I'm going to step forward and lunge. And then back to my starting position, I'm going to step out to the side. My right leg is the one that's going to be bending. Back in, and then stepping backwards. So my right leg is moving through all three movements. So forward lunge, side lunge, and reverse lunge. And then second round, we'll switch sides. And then in that seated position, so we're gonna march. So bring my leg up, opposite hand punches up towards the ceiling. Good. And then coming down onto the ground, and do half kneeling. So for one round, we'll start with the right leg on the ground and then the opposite will switch. In my tall kneeling position, make sure you guys can see me. So I'm going to take my hand weight and I'm going to start at one shoulder. I'm going to press up all the way overhead, bend at the elbows, coming down to that opposite shoulder. Okay, so challenging those core abdominal muscles and our balance in this half kneeling position. So just so that you can see what the arms are doing, I'm coming up and then down. So I'm making an arc movement over my head. All right. Always have an option to do this one in the seated position or in a tall kneeling position. So instead of having one leg up into this lunge position, we can have both legs down, still doing that same movement, or an option to sit in the chair. All right. And we'll start off with our lunges. Now forward, side, and reverse lunges. All right, looks like everybody's about ready. And let's start. So lunging forward, back to that starting position, sitting up to the side, back, and reverse. And then repeat. That's good. Good, more than halfway there. Good, under 10 seconds. All right. And switching and ready for those seated marches with our overhead press. We take off in about 10 seconds. Again, with this one, sitting up nice and tall, engaging those muscles in our abdomen and our postural muscles in our back. Good, and starting. Good, halfway there. And coming to our last 10 seconds. All right, transitioning to the floor. So we can have both knees down, or for a bit of a challenge, we have one knee down, one leg up. Good. And coming up, overhead, down. Looks good. More than halfway there. Good, last 10 seconds. All right, made it. So for the second round, we're gonna switch to the opposite side. So if you're stepping out and forward and back with your right, you're gonna switch to that left side for this round. And then also for our rainbows on the ground, if you had your right knee down, the left one's gonna be up, or the opposite. And everybody looks like they're just about ready. Give it a couple more seconds and then we'll start with our lunges. All right, taking off. So lunging forward and back to the side and back and backwards. And repeat. Okay, halfway there. Good, nice 10 seconds. Good. Switching to our seated position. About 10 seconds, we'll take off. We have our marches with our punching up to the sky. We're doing opposite arm, opposite leg. All right, halfway there. Under 10 seconds. All right, switching down to the ground. So whatever leg you had up, you'll have the opposite leg up for this round. If you're in that half kneeling position. And taking off. Up and over. Ooh, got my glasses. And halfway there. Last 10 seconds. All right. Good job, everybody. We'll go ahead and take a drink of water, and we'll get set up for our power series. So this morning, for today, we'll do the power series lying on our back. As always, you're welcome to do it in the seated position as well. We'll go over both the floor and the seated position. A lot of those seated positions, I think you guys are familiar with. We do a lot of them during our warm-up as well. But just in case, we'll go over them. So we'll do 10 repetitions of each. For the ones that we're doing on the right and the left-hand side, we'll alternate until we get to 10. So that'll give us 5 on each side. So starting lying on our back, we have our power up first. And with this one, I'm working on those muscles, those postural extensor muscles in my back. I can give a little bit of bend in my knee. I always like to have my arms starting up into this position. And then as I pull back and push down into the ground, I'm going to lift my buttocks and my chest up from the ground, pushing through my arms and my heels here. So that's our power up. You exhale on that push up. Breath in as the arms and the body are coming back down to the ground. All right. Our power up for our power rock. We can use our legs to help us as well. I'm going to shift and turn towards one side and then opposite side. So I'm reaching up towards that corner on my yoga mat. And for this one, we'll alternate until we get to 10. So we'll do 5 on each side. Next, with our twists, now we're opening up wide to that T position. Again, I can use my leg to help give me momentum to turn onto my side, and then opening back up, and then opposite side. So we'll alternate with this one until we get to 10. Our last one is our power step. So with both legs bent, I'm going to step and reach to the side, back to the middle, and then opposite side. And again, alternating till 10. And in that seated position, we have our power up and our rock and reach. So this one is our weight shifting component one. So all my weight is going to be heavy on one side, going to be really light on the other side, and then alternating till you get to 10. Good. Our twist. We are starting in that T position. I'm rotating and here. So my body, my legs are rotating as well at my hips. And then my head is going to follow my hand. I'm going to alternate with those until I get to 10. So that'll give me 5 on each side. Our power step is the only one that starts with our legs close together. I'm going to step out and reach, and then back, step out and reach, and back. All right. And for those of you joining me on the ground, we're going to start with that power up 10 times. Ready? And power up. That's 1. Power up. That's 2. Power up. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, getting ready for my rock and reach. We're gonna alternate till 10. I'm reaching up towards the corner of my yoga mat, back into that starting position, opposite direction. That's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9,
Connection is gone.
We just gotta wait for her to come back.
Can you guys hear me? Good.
Yeah,
Sorry. We'll start at 5. Technology. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, and the last one we'll do is our power step. So stepping out and reaching to the side, back to the center, and opposite side. That's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right. And everybody's favorite part, now we're gonna string them together, okay? So we're gonna do 5 repetitions. We're gonna go straight from our power up into our rock and reach, to our twist, and into our steps. Just one right after the other, okay? And we'll do 5 total repetitions of them. So starting on the ground with that power up first. Coming up into our reach and reach, opening up for our twist and twist and step together, that equals 1, going straight into our power up and reach and open, twist, open, twist, open, and up, step together, that's 2, and our power up. Good. And we're reaching and reach. Good. Opening up for our twist and open, twist, coming into our steps. Together, step, together, 2 more. So power up. Good. Into our reach. And reach. And opening for our twist. Open, twist, open, and step, together, step, together. Last one. Power up, and reach, and reach. Good, and open, twist, open, twist, and step, together, step, together. Whew. That's 5. All right, last thing we have to do is just start cool down, some stretches. All right. Sitting down in our chairs. We'll start by reaching across our body to stretch out the back of our shoulder. A lot of shoulder movements today. So my right's going to come across my body. My left hand is going to hug it. We can do some wrist circles, clockwise, counterclockwise. Good. And we'll switch the opposite side. Good, and stretching those muscles in our shoulder and neck. So I'm going to anchor with one hand by holding down underneath my chair. That's going to keep my shoulder from shrugging up. And then I'm going to bring my left ear towards my left shoulder and give a little bit of overpressure. Should feel a good moderate stretch. This shouldn't be causing me any pain. Good. And now to the opposite side. So I'm going to anchor my shoulder by holding on that opposite arm underneath my chair. My right ears come into my right shoulder, and I can give overpressure. Good. Next, I'm going to bring my head down, and I'm going to rotate towards one shoulder. And again, I can give some overpressure there. And the opposite. So bringing the head down, turning it towards my right shoulder now, giving overpressure. Good. I'm going to grab my wrist. So my left arm is grabbing my right wrist. I'm going to pull it gently towards my left side. I feel that stretch on my right lat sort of area. Good. Now my right arm is going to grab my left wrist and gently pull towards that right side. Good. Next, I'm going to gently twist through my body. So my left hand is going to come to my right knee, and my right arm is going to come to my chair, and I'm going to gently twist towards that right side. Right, and then opposite. Now my right hand is coming to my left knee. My left arm is going to hold onto the chair, and I'm twisting through my body. Good. Stretching out our hamstrings. So I'm going to bring my leg completely straight. And I can have my foot flexed towards me. That'll just incorporate more of those muscles in the back of my calf as well. And I'm going to gently lean forward at the waist. I should feel a stretch on the back of my leg. Sometimes a lot of people will say that they feel it in the back of their knee there. Good. We'll switch to the opposite side. All right. We're gonna hug our right knee in towards our chest. We can do some ankle circles here. So stretching out the back of the hip. And switching sides. Good. And we'll end with our butterfly stretch. So we're going to interlace our fingers, gently placing our hands on the back of our neck. So we round forward, we're bringing our elbows in and exhaling our breath. And then as we sit up again tall, pulling the elbows apart, taking a breath in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. That's it for today.